Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. Hello, my name is Olivia, and I'm a type 1 diabetic and have been so for over 20 years now. And in the last few months, I've gotten started on the Omnipod 5 and Dexcom G7 insulin pump system. I've had the Dexcom G7 for quite some time now, a few years, and the Omnipod I am new to. So today is a follow-up because I have some important information about Omnipod that became aware to me, and I experienced a situation I wanted to share with you guys here for those who are looking to get the Omnipod, or maybe you have the Omnipod and you're experiencing the same issue. So a few weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, I had posted a video about how one of the biggest issues I had with Omnipod was the pod kept failing. So a few weeks ago, my pod had failed 4 or 5 times within the hour, and I replaced them. I called Omnipod. They sent me the replacement pods, and they didn't really have an answer as to why I was going through this problem. They just said, oh, we don't know. Well, long story short, I ended up replacing my Dexcom sensor, and that fixed everything, kind of making me feel like Dexcom was the problem. Well, I experienced this again a few days ago. Over the weekend, I had to replace my pod 5 times within an hour, and it was so frustrating because if you don't already know, I have 2 toddlers. I have a 3.5-year-old son, and I have an 18-month-old daughter. And my 18-month-old daughter was home. She was crawling my pant leg, crying, needy, wanted to hold me, and my pod, it didn't tell me that my pod wasn't working. It just kept alerting me every 15-20 minutes, pod failed, replace pod now. So my sugar was extremely high, and I wasn't connecting that maybe the pod wasn't giving me insulin. But towards the end of it, I called Omnipod. I said, hey, my pod failed 4 times. You know, I want to know what's going on. And I feel terrible. And I understand that it's not the people who work in customer service's fault. But like when you're experiencing problems like that, especially with a medical device, you need some answers. And this person was not giving me answers. I was so frustrated. I had my daughter crying in my pant leg. I just said, I need this to work. This is my life. I need this to work. My sugar's high right now. I don't want to go and give myself insulin and then my pump work and then it not be calibrated. I just want to get my pump on and working. And she said, I'll send you the replacements. It was 4 of them I had requested. I'll send you the 4 replacements. You know, give it 20 more minutes and give us a call back if you have any more problems. Well, obviously I experienced more problems. It failed again, and I was getting frustrated because I would connect the pod. It would not connect to my Dexcom. Again, same as last time. And then after it would not connect to Dexcom, it would say sensor failed. So I called back again, and I was so annoyed because I was just on the phone with them. And she had said, oh, you know what? Give it 20 minutes. Give me a call back. You sound really frustrated. You might need to cool off. Like, of course I'm angry. This is my life. But regardless, I digress. I apologize. I know I told her, I'm sorry. I know it's not your specific fault, but I just have a very strong opinion that people who are working in customer service in the medical industry need some more knowledge than they have. But what can you do? So I called back. And this person I'm pretty sure I got directed right to a manager because of how I acted the first time on the phone. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was so annoyed. So I got a manager this time, and he had told me that there's a way with your controller to send them, I guess, all the data from your pump. So he requested I do that. So I went in, I clicked a few buttons that he told me to do. He walked me through the whole process, and I sent them my report. And once he got the report, he said, it looks like your controller is failing. The problem is not the pump or the Dexcom, it's your controller. So he said, I'm going to mail you out a new controller. It'll be there in 2 to 3 days. Do not wear your pump until then. It's not going to work. So I had to go back to my old way of doing things, which was using my short acting and long acting, which was surprisingly a lot harder doing now that I'm used to the pump. And I was not allowed to wear the pump anymore. So I had 3 days of no pumps. It was a big struggle. My sugars were all over the place, as you could imagine. But it was actually the controller that was causing all these problems. So I got the new controller in. I set it up, and I've had no issues with my pod since then. And this is my 3rd day wearing my pod, and it's right here on my arm. and I've had no problems whatsoever. It connected right to Dexcom, connected to my pump, no problems at all. So more of my story is in my previous videos. I had seen a lot of people were experiencing this problem, and I just wanted to let you guys know to call Omnipod and inquire about getting a new controller, because it might be this causing the problem. And I know it is so frustrating when you are having health issues or you're trying to get medication and you can't get it and you're not getting the answers you need. And I just want you to understand that I completely can empathize with you and how frustrating that is, because having a toddler at my feet crying while my sugars are in the 300s, I can't get my medicine, I can't get a pod to work, I'm talking to someone who doesn't understand me and someone that can't help me. It's literally my top 5 things of frustrating things to deal with. But this is my follow-up video about Omnipod. So if you're experiencing that problem where you can't get it to connect to Dexcom, or maybe not even that, you're just having issues with your pump, it keeps telling you your pump's failing, try calling and asking about getting a new controller, because it could be the problem. And I will tell you that I got the controller in the mail, and I can't confirm 100% what the difference is, but weight-wise, there's a difference between my old controller and my new one. So I'm not sure if they just are replacing all the devices. Maybe the devices were faulty originally, but the new device I have seems to be working a lot better. So I hope that this video helps someone out there if you're experiencing the same problem that I just experienced, because no diabetic should be told that they can't take their medicine or that their pump can't work. It's just, we need the insulin, we need the pump to survive. So point blank, thank you for checking me out today. I hope this video found you guys well. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.